Well, hello. Immediately hit a snag. Why isn't it playing? Yo, you saw the mouse. Okay, hello. I'm just a disembodied voice for a moment because the thing is not. Why isn't it going? You can see the mouse, but the video won't play. That's not good. Uh-oh. Hmm. All right. One moment. This is very anticlimactic, I know. Okay, hang on. Video, okay. Oh. Okay. Where? Add file. Add. Okay. Uh-huh. All right, okay. I think, oh. Okay. Yeah. Huh? But now there's no sound. That's lovely. 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 Where's the sound? Why isn't there sound? Oh, there was? Oh. Why's there sound for you? Oh, I see. I see. Because I don't have it set to monitoring, so I don't hear the sound. Well, that's good to know, I think. Okay. There. Now let's try it. There was sound. Okay, that's good. Let's go.
Where am I? Some kind of garden? How did I get here? The last thing I remember is walking home, and then there was a bright light. Nope. Can't seem to remember anything else. Did I pass out or something? Ow! As I'm thinking to myself, I get hit in the head by a scroll falling from the sky. It bounces off me and then lands in the grass, opening nicely. Dear, so sorry you got hit by that truck. You actually weren't supposed to die yet. Oops. Anyway, you read so many of those romance fantasy transmigration stories when you were alive, so I mashed together a bunch of your favorite tropes for your new life. You're welcome. Oh, your new name is Himeutsugi. It's a beautiful flower, and your new life will be filled with flowers so long as you don't screw it up. Step 1. Meditate really hard so that you can change to human form. Sincerely, God. It's true, I have read a bunch of those stories, so much so that I'm mostly unfazed by the current situation. I'm not exactly happy about being dead and having to leave my old life behind, but... Wait, what does God mean by human form? It's then that I realize that my vantage point is really weird. I'm way too high up. I try to touch my face, but when I get smacked by a bunch of feathers, I realize... I'm a bird. A bird? Chirp, squawk, chirp, squawk! Okay, I guess talking is out of the question. Calm down, Hime. Man, I guess that is my name now. Calm down. Focus. God said I was supposed to meditate. So I meditate for a long time. A really long time. And just when my intrusive thoughts start preparing a battering ram to take over my brain, I feel myself change. And fall out of the tree to the ground. Ow. I get up slowly, making sure that I'm not injured. I'm not, just a little sore from the fall. Oh, I can talk now! Yippee! Before I can get too excited, I hear a whistling sound from above. Sounds like another scroll. I dodge out of the way this time and then peer at it once it opens. Good job attaining human form. That'll make your romantic fantasy life go a little better, no? Now go forth and find the castle I've prepared just for you. And here's a map since I know you're directionally challenged as all get out. Sincerely, God. If you know I'm bad with directions, you should know that a map's not going to do me any good. And what is with God's use of Comic Sans? Well, guess I've got no choice but to do my best with this map. I hope I at least have it right side up. I try to follow the map, but I can't make heads or tails of the landmarks that God marked on it, so naturally I end up going around in circles in this garden. Fully exasperated after what feels like hours, I finally get the bright idea of returning to bird form to look at the place from above. Doing so finally lets me see the way out, but when I try to fly out of the garden, an invisible barrier blocks my way. I guess God wants me to get my steps in. Is this place really my castle? It's huge! Is this gonna be one of those stories where I transmigrate into a rich and noble villainess or something? But then, why am I a bird? At least make the mix of tropes make sense. I feel somewhat apprehensive about all this, but I have no choice but to proceed. I walk across the bridge and towards the castle. The heavy wooden front doors creak open as I approach. Invisible servants attend me, ushering me inside with whispery voices. Ooh. Please tell me this isn't a horror story. I'll definitely die on day one if it is. An invisible butler, I guess, tells me all about the castle's history and how pleased they all are that the owner of the castle has finally returned, etc., etc. It's a convenient info dump about who I am now, Himeutsugi, the only child and heir of a scholarly noble family. My mother died giving birth to me, so I was raised by my father, a viscount. The good Viscount was researching transformation magic, but was horribly jealous when I turned out to be a prodigy at it. I'm sure child me just wanted his attention, you know, that's how these stories usually go. Anyway, he accidentally cursed me to be stuck as a parrot. Yep, I'm a parrot of all things, and I flew away to the garden, apparently never to return. Distraught and regretful, my father went to the capital to seek guidance from other mages, but he got into a carriage accident on the way and died. So I guess this isn't one of those wholesome family stories. At least I don't seem to have an evil stepmother and stepsister to contend with. I wonder what the rest of the plot is. I'm sort of getting invested in it now. We walk for long enough through the halls as the sun finally sets. The hallway immediately lights up with a soft glow. Convenient. So, do I have, like, a fiancé or anything like that? Romantic fantasy transmigration trope number 1, that one.
Yo ho ho, not anymore, you don't.
What the? I back away as quickly as I can, slamming into one of the suits of armor. It falls to the ground in clattering pieces.
You're actually a ghost? I thought that would have been obvious.
But you were invisible before.
The more we talked, the more of your mana I was infused with. I thought it was quite rude to carry on like a disembodied voice, so I materialized using the mana you bestowed. My apologies if I scared you. Yo-ho-ho.
I guess he's kind of cute. He obviously means me no harm, so now that the initial surprise is worn off, I'm actually pretty okay with this.
Your father was researching ghosts, too.
Sure. Of course he was.
So all of the servants in the castle are ghosts that your father summoned. Blah, 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 blah.
God, this is just too many tropes mixed together. So was my engagement broken? I interrupt his historical tirade.
Well, you were a parrot. The crown prince couldn't be expected to make a bird his future queen, could he?
Stranger things have happened in stories, you know.
His new bride-to-be is a lady of a ducal family, a girl you had a bit of a rivalry with when you were very young.
Okay, I get the gist of it. I think this really is a villainess story. I have to say, though, that I don't look very imposing. I looked at my reflection in the windows as we passed them, and I'm far too cute to be threatening.
Ah, here's the library. This was your favorite room before you were cursed.
Ooh, I can see why this was my favorite room.
Yo-ho-ho! We've kept it in tip-top shape, awaiting the day of your return. We always knew you would overcome the curse somehow.
I'm still not fully human, though. Can we really say the curse was broken? Just get a load of these wing ears I've got. Aesthetic? Yes, but not very practical.
With the prevalence of beastmen, you'll hardly stand out.
Easy for you to say. After all, the butler's a cat ghost. At least I know this world's got beastmen in it, because of course it does, if it includes my favorite tropes and all. Ow! I feel a familiar smack in the head as a scroll hits me from above. God, you have got to come up with a better way to communicate with me.
By the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, but your husband in your previous life died of grief not long after you passed. Since this all came about because of my mistake, I brought him into this world too. I'm sure you'll meet again one day, if the fates will it to be so. Best of luck! Sincerely, God. Oh, P.S. I forgot what character your husband transmigrated into, but I suppose it doesn't matter since the main plot of the story doesn't start for another 100 years or so. Train hard and prevent the end of the world, Himeutsugi. Wink.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. To be continued.
I transmigrated into some kind of bird in a fantasy world, but the plot won't start for another 100 years. That's the theme. Okay, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that, Vector, because I do want to commission like a parrot model, like just a straight up an animal. It's on my list. Don't have it yet. That would be cute. It would be nice to just go full parrot sometimes. Okay, all right. So now, to turn that off. Turn this back on. Oh, hello. Hi. Okay, I have a Google Slides, but wait, I need music because this is awkward by itself. Where is it? Dang it, I had it ready. Where's my medieval lo-fi? That's what I want to have in the background. Okay, here we go. Okay, because my stream's not complete without some medieval lo-fi. Okay, I think there's a, I thought there was a, oops, hang on, there it is. I want the little, there's like a little laser pointer. Here it is. Yeah. Okay, so I've prepared a little presentation about me, because the thing is, when I started streaming, when was that? In March, I just wanted to start, right? So I didn't like do any debut stuff or anything. I just kind of dove right into it, didn't really introduce myself or anything. So I thought this would be a nice opportunity to introduce myself to everyone, and you know, all that stuff, and who doesn't like talking about themselves for a while, right? So I prepared this. Later on in the presentation, we will take a closer look at my models. So for now, I'm in the corner. Aren't I so cute? So excited. Okay, anyway, so Himeutsugi, the Parrot VTuber, made by Hime, presented by Hime. Oh gosh. Well, it looks really weird. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so about me. So my name is Himeutsugi. So Himeutsugi so basically, that was my Twitch username back when I was just watching people on Twitch, and then I didn't really see a need to change it. But Himeutsugi is the name of a character from this kind of old, I guess it's like 10 years old now, I think, but it's from this like otome game called Hana Awase, which they have recently-ish translated the entire series and put it on the Switch, which is so weird to me, but I haven't played the translated version. But yeah, so that's where that's from. I meant to have, there was supposed to be like, I meant for each of these to just transition in and not all show up at the same time, but that's right, here we are. But anyway, so that's my name. So Himeutsugi is actually a type of flower. It's actually these flowers right here. They're called deutzia? I don't really know how to say it. Deutzia flowers. But yeah, they're these pretty little, tiny little white flowers. I think it grows on a tree. Anyway, so most of the time I just go by Hime. I think it's easiest to say, even though it felt kind of weird at first because Hime means princess in Japanese, so it feels strange being called princess all the time, but it is short for this flower name. I don't know, it's cute. I think at some point somebody tried calling me Tsugi instead of Hime, but it didn't really stick, and I feel like it's harder to say. So anyway, so you can call me Hime. I don't think anybody says the full name, and that's fun. For pronouns, I prefer they, them. Personally, I believe that the gender binary is a social construct, but I'm very apathetic about my own gender identity in general, so I really don't care if you call me they, them, or when people like call me she, her. I honestly don't care, but if you ask like what would I prefer, I guess I prefer they, them. For my height, I am 5'5" post transmigration. I'm quite small. I don't know what my age is. I was a parrot for a while, and then God said that the main plot doesn't start for 100 years, so I have to live to be at least 100, right? Yeah, so I have no idea how old I really am. Before I died and got hit by Truck-kun, though, I was 35, so let's pretend that I'm in my 30s. My birthday is on August 19th. That makes me a Leo. I think it's officially a Leo Virgo cusp kind of a birthday, so I do have some Virgo traits, but I think overall I'm very Leo. I am an introvert, but I'm like an extroverted introvert. I don't know. That's hard. So I tend to have a lot of self-confidence and stuff, so I feel like the Leo traits actually describe me quite well. For languages, ooh, I'm in the way. Languages, me move out of the way. I can't. I was trying to duck out of the way. Anyway, whatever. I'll read it to you. So in order of fluency, obviously I can speak English the best, and then Japanese the second best. The reason for Japanese is obviously I learned Japanese so that I could like get in. Basically, I was really into otome games, and most of the really cool otome games were not getting translated into English back then, and so I mainly taught myself Japanese in order to play games without having to wait for them to get localized. And then my husband that I married in my previous life is Japanese, and so we speak Japanese. Well, it's like Japan English at home. And so sadly, even though I myself am Vietnamese American, my Japanese is now actually better than my Vietnamese. I really struggle with reading and writing in Vietnamese. Like, I can read it okay, but I literally have to sound out like the syllables and stuff. It's tricky. Conversationally, I'm really good in Vietnamese. It was actually my first language. I learned it before English, but from like a vocabulary, reading and writing standpoint, I'm actually better in Japanese than I am in Vietnamese, which drives my mom crazy. But yeah, and then Spanish. I took Spanish in school, and then one of my first jobs that I had after I got out of I guess I was still in college. But I worked as a receptionist and had to speak Spanish a lot. So I was actually very fluent in Spanish for a while. I'm pretty rusty now, but I can, give me some time. It takes me time to speak it, but when I hear it, I understand it pretty well, and I can read it pretty well. So I put it up here because I understand it. Honestly, kind of on the same level as Vietnamese. I might actually have slightly more Spanish vocabulary than Vietnamese vocabulary, weirdly enough. I eventually want to make a redeem. I'm working on it, I want to figure out what the best price would be for it, but I think it'd be fun to have like a viewer redeem where you can have me switch languages for a couple of minutes. That would really force me to practice my languages. I think that would be nice. But yes, oh gosh, I don't know if I should demonstrate. Maybe I'll do that later if somebody asks me to. But yes, I can speak all 4 of these languages. And then I know a little bit of a couple of other languages, but not enough to carry on a conversation, I would say. Relationship status, I am searching for / waiting for my husband, who apparently also transmigrated here somewhere. Yes, so spiritually, I am married. Ban in-game English. Yeah, you could do that for 5 minutes. It would be a language specific one. I think it would only be 5 minutes at a time. 10 minutes might be a little too long, but I think 5 minutes each redeem would be kind of fun. I'll have to the only reason I haven't created it yet is I haven't thought of how much I want it to be, like how many feathers I want it to be, but we'll see. But that's something I want to do. I think it'd be fun and force me to practice, All right, anyways, next slide. So I am a parrot. Specifically, I am a blue-winged parakeet, also known as the Malabar parakeet. So you can kind of see the coloration here, and like one of my eyes is yellow, just like that. See? So this is where we got some color inspo for the design, but this is specifically what kind of parrot I am. Art credits. So my character was designed by my dear friend and like often I was about to say co-artist, but co-worker. This is Addie. Awesome. Worked with them a lot, and I knew that she didn't have the time to draw like the full model and do all the cutting and stuff. But I knew I wanted her to design my model because I love her character design so much and love her art, and so I'm really happy that she was able to find time to squeeze me in for the design. And then my mama, who did the actual model art, is Kiri. These are their Twitter handles, by the way. But yeah, I think that you can find them both on Twitter. But anyway, so this is my mama who did the model art, is Kiri, and then I had Kyoki Studio do the rigging. I really love the rigging. It's really expressive. Had a really great experience with like this whole process. It went so quickly. Like, my subscribers have a special channel in the Discord, and I've been keeping them updated as I had the model worked on and stuff, and it all came together really quickly. I wasn't expecting to debut this model until 2025, but it all got done so fast. Like, it was honestly shocking. I'm really happy. And then the logo is by Kring. This is on Twitter as well as VGen. It's all that same username, easy to find. But that's, hang on, let me scroll back. This is the logo. It's really fun. I love like the retro vibe to it. It's so silly. I love it. You can see the Deutzia flowers here, the wings, of course. I love this logo so much. It's so fun. Okay, so just wanted to pause and give credit where credit is due, and I've linked to their pages in my panels down below as well. So if you are looking for a VTuber mama papa, I would highly recommend. Yeah, I had a great experience. Okay. All right, so before we move on, I did want to take a moment to show off the model. Okay, so give me a second. Okay. All right, so we'll start from the bottom and go to the top. Here's my shoes. They're combat boots. I can kick you in the face with them. Yeah. Actually did not ever learn martial arts. I did fencing when I was in school, but I have really, really strong legs from fencing. Fencing gave me these ginormous calves and thighs, which I did not transmigrate with, but I think my body still remembers all of the stuff, so watch out. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm wearing these tights. They're black tights, kind of semi-see-through tights, I guess. And then my nice frilly skirt. Look at it go swoosh. Oh my gosh, knees. Knees. Oh, it's so swishy. I love it. My hands. I love this little star belt. It's not a belt, I guess. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's cute. I love the little star detail. There's a couple of like pre-made models that I used leading up to this point, and one of them had this little star hair clip, and so the star is just a motif still that I wanted to keep, you know. Yeah. So then you can see my cape. It's supposed to be like my wings. I can actually turn the cape on and off, so if I take it off, you can see underneath the nice layers that I have on, but I really love this cape. It's so cute and fantasy-like. But yeah, they're supposed to look like wings, the cape. Nice and flowy. And I have nice long hair, you can see in the back. And then this nice frilly collar with a red ribbon. And here's my face, so you can see my wing ears that better match the colors. But I love this. So you can see the star hair clip that I talked about, and then these other little barrettes, and then I've got this cute little side ponytail thing hanging out. It is very youthful. I feel so young in this model. It's so cute. But yeah, it's so expressive. I can lean forward, I can lean back, I can move and sway from side to side. I can actually move my eyebrows up and down now. I couldn't do that before with my old model, so that's exciting. I have a couple of toggles. Let me see if I remember. Hang on, I have them on a sticky note. I tried to only get the toggles for things that I would actually use, so there's not that many. Actually, you saw several of them in the lore video. Oh, so my glasses can also be taken off, but I feel naked without them. I feel a little strange without them, so we're gonna keep those on. Oh yeah, it's from the PowerPoint is still in the back. This is just a slide with a white background. Okay, but yeah, so I have, let's see, this face, just like confused, shocked kind of expression. It's very cute. It blinks too. And then I can cry. And then I can lean forward even more. Like, wow, I'm basically like 2 steps away from coming out the screen. Watch out. And then I have, let me lean back. I have these like sparkly eyes. Whee! I found borax, kind of a face. And then I've got this shadow face, of course. This is a fun one. And then all these little things that I just love about this model, like I can do this pouting face, like, oh, my cheeks get all puffy. Oh, I just realized I don't have V-Bridger open. That's why my mouth doesn't look quite right. It's fine. I won't worry about it right now. But yeah, I have all these really cute little, like, I love the little pouty face that I can do. And I wink, and then I can't wink my left eye as well. I tried. I can wink this eye pretty easily though. Okay, but yeah, so here's the new design. Aren't I so cute? Don't I look so cute and parody? And I just, I love how, I don't know, I would actually wear these clothes in real life. I love them so much. Maybe I'll commission someone to make it and I'll actually wear them. They're so cute. I love the outfit. I love how much this model moves, and how expressive it is. Like, here, you put the whole body, like, it's so movie. Look at my knees when I go from side to side. It's so cute. I love it. I love it so much. It's so flowy. Something that I specifically asked for is for less boob physics, actually. So they're not very bouncy, and I like it that way. So it's funny that that's something that I had to specifically request. But yeah, I this is just the right amount of bounce. I'm happy. Like, see? All right. But yeah, so that's the model. Yes, it's just not my thing. Not trying to judge others. I don't care if other people do it. It's just not something that I wanted for myself and for my own model. But yeah, so this is the design. It's so cute. Also, I love that I have shoes because you never saw it because I never showed it. But the pre-made model was actually barefoot. Didn't have shoes. Drove me a little nutty. So even though you're not going to see them a lot of the time, I love that I have shoes now. That I cover the dogs, you don't need to see that. All right. So anyway, so with that, let's go back to the beep presentation. Size myself back down. Back to my corner I go. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so me as a streamer, for those of you that don't know, or just, I don't know, need a refresher, I guess. So I try to stream at least 3 times a week, twice on weekdays, around 7 to 8 p.m. CST. Oh, speaking of CST, I just realized, where did my clock go? That's annoying. I already refreshed at the beginning of the screen. Okay, anyway, so right now it's 8:37 p.m., but this is about when I typically stream, especially on the weekdays. A lot of times I don't get home until 6 or 7, and so 8 p.m. gives me a little more time to like eat and get ready before stream. But yeah, sometimes it's a little early. Like sometimes I'll stream at 7 if I happen to get home a little earlier that day, but I think typical is about 8. 7 to 8-ish, depending. And then I usually try to stream at least once on the weekend. Typically it's on a Saturday because Sundays tend to be for D&D and for like getting stuff prepared for the week. So I typically stream more on Saturday than Sunday, but anyway, I will stream at least once on the weekend. I spend a lot of time scouring the castle library trying to work on my magic skills, aka at my day job. So sometimes I'm brain dead at the end of the day and can't stream, so please understand. if I have to stream less than 3 times that week, I was probably just extraordinarily busy. I have a pretty demanding job and like a, I guess, a high level position at my job. So it takes a lot of time, but it also, the thing is that it takes up a lot of mental bandwidth. That makes it kind of tricky. The flip side to that is that when the library is closed for maintenance or restocking, I do tend to stream a lot more. Like right now, the library is actually closed for the rest of this week, and so I will be streaming a little more than usual. Maybe. I try to. Sometimes it doesn't work out because when the library is closed for maintenance, my family likes to drag me out, so we'll kind of catch 22 there. But yeah, I do tend to stream more during breaks, especially the library is closed for maintenance for 2 whole months during the summer, so I tend to stream a lot during that time. I do a mix of crafting and building, and solo TTRPG, hand cam streams, and gaming streams. Actually, I saw somebody tweet about like, oh, if you're a VTuber and you want to do hand cams, you should use this camera because it has its own lighting. So I was today years old when I discovered that my hand cam, because I used the same one that was in the tweet, my hand cam has a built-in light. So I've been turning on a lamp all this time and there was no need for me to do that. Hello, thanks for following. So anyway, I learned that my hand cam actually has its own light source. So that'll help when I'm doing my journaling streams and such, which I want to do again very soon. Anyway, so the main point is that even though I stream kind of a variety of things, I strive for all of my streams to be cozy and very lurker friendly. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but I love it when I can have a stream in the background while I'm doing something that I don't have to super pay attention to what's going on the stream all the time. And so that's the kind of stream I like to have too. So even if you have to like go on a lunch break or you're at work and you have me in the background, wink wink, it's fine. You know, I'm cool with that. But yeah, so no matter what kind of stream I have, it's very, very lurker friendly, very cozy. As you can see in my rules, I've brought this up before, but I'm like 100% okay with backseating. If you want to give me advice, like please do. I am not like, I don't care about spoilers. Like there's nothing you could comment on what I'm doing that would really ruin my day unless you're just being rude. And if you're being rude, I'll probably just ban you because I don't want to deal with that nonsense. But if you have like thoughts or advice and are generally trying to be helpful, like I am all for that. I live for that because I have no sense of direction. I have the memory of a goldfish. So when I'm playing Vintage Story or whatever it is, if you want to be like, hey, you've been using just the knife blade this whole time and didn't attach the knife blade to a stick to make it into an actual knife. Yes, it's very helpful. Thank you. Okay, next slide. So things that I like, fancy journaling. I like how a viewer recently called it fancy journaling. So using washi tape, stickers, fountain pens, craft paper, stamps, etc. I'm getting into calligraphy and hand lettering right now. I got my calligraphy set in the mail today, so I want to start working on that because I think my normal day-to-day handwriting is pretty good, but I think it'd be fun to be able to do like proper hand lettering and stuff. I love board games. Right now I'm very into Root. I'm missing one of the expansions, which annoys me, but I've been playing a lot of Root. It's very fun. Trying to think of other board games off the top of my head. My family is a big Dominion family. Like between us cousins, we own every single expansion. We used to spend hours and hours and hours playing Dominion. So I love those kind of like board game, card games, you know. So I do Warhammer, specifically Age of Sigmar. I'm kind of interested in 40k. I might play like 40k games, like video games. I don't know that I'll get into 40k like figures and stuff because I just love the world building in Age of Sigmar so much. It's so much fun. And then fantasy and horror TTRPGs as well. So fiber crafts is another thing I love. I knit primarily. I also do cross stitch and embroidery. I want to learn to sew better and get into punch needling and stuff like that too. I actually have this really fun project that I want to do on stream, but it's making these little coasters that look like moss out of yarn. It looks so cute. one of my big long-term goals for life is to get to where like the majority of my wardrobe is actually made by me. I want to get to the point where I stop buying clothes and just make everything. Not there yet. Right now, all I've ever made for myself are like sweaters and accessories. But I want to eventually, because the thing is, my husband has a sewing machine. I haven't used a sewing machine since I was a kid, weirdly enough. But that's something that I really want to do one of these days. Because clothes just fit better when you make them for yourself to your own measurements, you know. And I think it'd be, talk about slow fashion, you know. The slow fashion is the fashion you make yourself. I love to read, so romance, fantasy, high fantasy, science fiction, historical. This applies to novels, manga, webtoons. I do read nonfiction too. I'm actually reading this book called The Wide, Wide Sea right now. That's about Captain Cook. I kind of yapped about this on stream yesterday, but this year I've been on this like historical kick about boats and like the age of exploration and all that stuff. But yeah, so I mostly read historical, psychology, or self-help books when they are nonfiction. So on that, I get very restless and impatient watching things, so I very rarely watch TV shows or movies. In a year, I will go to the movie theater maybe 3 times. Tops, and usually have to be dragged out. I don't like watching things, especially TV shows. I get very impatient. I will, if I'm interested, I might watch it and then I'll look up spoilers and read synopses instead of like watching it. Because the thing is, a TV show is anywhere between half an hour to an hour. That's just so much time. Whereas if I read the plot synopsis, I still get the information in 1 minute, you know? So yeah, I love having lifestyle or stationary vlogs or other VTubers on in the background while I do other stuff. So if I'm knitting or cooking or something, I'm always have like a vlog or some VTuber stream on in the background. So I watch a lot of YouTube, but yeah, I don't really watch TV or movies. So if your sentence starts with "Did you watch blank?" The answer is probably no. Oh, I did recently, because I was with my family for Christmas, I did watch that Ultraman movie that's on Netflix. So there you go. I watched a movie. Oh, I went out and watched Wicked. Was that my first or no, I think that was my second time in a movie theater this year, maybe. Anyway, I don't watch movies and stuff very often. I'm all about food, so drinks, oolong tea, hojicha, matcha, anything, oat milk latte, sparkling water, Coke Zero. I thought I wrote Coke Zorro for a second. It scared me. Coke Zero or other sugarless drinks. I'm a big snacker. I love savory snacks, almonds, pecans, cheese. There's this vegan cheese company that I'm like really into right now called Rebel Cheese. I've just been eating a lot of vegan cheese. Just had some today, actually. Potato chips, etc. I am type 2 diabetic, so I have like a glucose monitor stabbed into my arm and everything. So I have to watch my sugar and carbs, have to be very careful. Like I count out how many chips I'm allowed to eat. It's very sad, but yeah. I like Vietnamese food the most since I grew up with it. Bánh cuốn is my favorite. But I also enjoy Japanese food, Mexican food, and Italian food. I can't eat that much Italian food these days because it tends to be kind of carb heavy, but I do like it. And then I live in America, specifically in the southern area. So there's a lot of like Mexican food and stuff, and I really enjoy that too. Okay. Oh, I forgot about the laser pointer. It could have been like laser pointering while I was talking. My bad. So sorry. Okay. Games and music have their own slide. I stream the games I enjoy playing, so you can see that I lean towards farming, building, exploration, survival games such as Vintage Story, Fields of Mystria, Sunhaven. I don't stream Sunhaven as much because I've played 200 plus hours of Sunhaven, so I feel like I've just mostly gotten what I wanted out of it, but it is a big comfort game for me. So I do want to stream it more. I haven't in a while. Core Keeper, Immortal Life, Roots of Pacha, V Rising, Stardew Valley, just all games in that general vein. I also enjoy JRPGs such as the Final Fantasy series, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, Octopath Traveler. I don't play them as much anymore just because I don't have time for them as much as I used to, and I'm always like picking it up and then dropping it for a couple of months and then coming back and being like, what the heck is even going on? So I appreciate games like Octopath that have the summaries and stuff, so it's like, oh yeah, that's what happened in the plot, because I don't have time. And then there's some games that I just really enjoy that they're their own thing, like Monster Hunter. I don't the thing is, I don't ever play Monster Hunter alone. I always play Monster Hunter with one person. Like, I've always played Monster Hunter as, like, a pair. So, I don't know if I'll ever stream it unless we, like, collab with somebody. But I do love Monhun. The Wandering Village, Vampire Survivor. I play a lot of Vampire Survivor. That is my ultimate, like, I got an hour to kill at the airport. Let's play Vampire Survivor. Elden Ring, which I still want to stream one of these days. I'm very bad at it, but I think that's what makes it entertaining. I do want to stream it. I don't know if my computer can handle it. We'll see. And Stellaris. Oh, I also enjoy roguelikes. I kind of mindlessly play them. I just die over and over. I'm not very good at them, but I do enjoy them. I love TTRPGs. You probably know this if you've watched my streams. I stream them, especially ones that can be played solo because I enjoy the journaling and storytelling aspect. I've really enjoyed Astro Prisma, which, yes, I am doing more Astro Prisma. I'm picking up one of the, like, the character, Rain's brother. So yes, there's been an update for Astro Prisma, so I'm going to be streaming it again soon. I can't specify like an exact date, but I do want to. Crossed path games such as Bramble Trek and Covens of Midnight and 1,000-Year-Old Vampire is like an oldie but a goodie. I've played that one several times. There's other games that are multiplayer that I'm working on adapting to be solo, that I want to play, where I just kind of create my own party and narrate it like a story. I'm still working out like how I want that to be formatted, but that's, you know, I'm definitely gonna do more TTRPGs in 2025. For music, I truly listen to just about anything depending on my mood or my current hyperfixation. So like Nightwish to country music to Cardi B to Ado. I listen to a lot of Utaites and like Vocaloid covers, orchestral pieces. Mozart and Tchaikovsky are my favorites. Obviously, I listen to a lot of medieval lo-fi like right now. Nightwish, I don't know why, I just was reminded of them recently, and so I've been listening to a lot of Nightwish the last couple of days. I love them, they're great. Pretty much the only music I don't like is like the new like mumble rap, you know. I don't love that. It's not fun to listen to, and they just kind of say the same things over and over. Like, give me regular good old hip hop, you know, 90s rap, but like I don't like current rap stuff so much, depending on who it is. But this the mumble rap, I can't stand it. Oh yeah, you know, I think that'd be fun to stream the writing process. That might be more of like a thing that I do on Discord, maybe. I'm not sure. I used to do productivity streams, but they didn't get a lot of views, and sometimes what I wanted to do didn't translate very well to stream, so I probably want to do more streams like that on Discord as opposed to on Twitch. But yeah, actually I never thought about streaming the process, but I think that would be fun. Yeah, I basically take these full games and then I strip them down into like their main rules, and then I apply like Oracle rules to it, so it's a lot. And then I spend many hours building like the overlays, I guess I could say. So like, for example, this is my like Astro Prisma overlay. It's very elaborate. And then this, when I did like Across 1,000 Dead Worlds, you know, it's very, very elaborate. And so weirdly enough, it takes hours for me just to make those. I don't know if people would enjoy watching those, but I guess it'd be fun to stream them. But yeah, okay, so yes, so music. I don't know, I mostly just listen to, especially on stream, I mostly play these kind of like piano pieces, orchestral pieces, or medieval lo-fi. Oh, okay, yeah, I might do that more on Discord then, because then that way I don't have to worry about, I don't know. I just think it'd be a little more fun to keep that to Discord, and then I could just do it at whenever I want to and not have to worry about like the stream and the setup and all that, you know. Okay, wait, next slide. So my goals as a streamer. In the short term, I want to do some calligraphy practice streams, want to release a song cover, read a book out loud. I think I've pretty much decided on Frankenstein. I think that'll be cool. very soon. I want to start on that. And I think that'd be a fun thing that I can do it on stream, and then I can save the audio, and then that way I can like maybe just sell the audio recording, like the audiobook version, and that might be like a nice thing. Want to progress my lore story, so as you saw in that visual novel at the beginning. So right now my plan is a new plot development for every 100 followers, and so later if I need to, I will adjust the pacing. Oh, thank you for following. Hello. I'll adjust the pacing if necessary, but for right now I think my plan is for every 100 followers I get on Twitch. So right now the next milestone would be 200, you know. I'll progress the plot and release another thing happening. So I think that'll be a fun way to, I haven't decided if I want to write it or do a video, but maybe I'll do it as a visual novel. I think that might be fun. But yeah, so every 100 followers, the plot will progress, okay? Co-working streams on Discord, we were just talking about that. I also want to be better about remembering to raid people. For some reason, I always feel like I'm a bother when I raid people, and I don't remember to do it very often, but people have been so generous about raiding me, so I need to be better about that. So if I forget today, will somebody remind me, like, raid somebody? Like, I will raid someone, you know. Long-term goals, I want to compose an original song. I played piano and did like improv jazz for a long time when I was younger, and so I have some experience composing and lyric writing and all that stuff, and I want to eventually compose like an original song for myself. It's not going to be like a huge production, like something just me and a guitar or something, but yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they are appreciated. I don't know why I think that way. I'm just afraid of being a bother. Like, I've heard about people who, I don't know, don't react well when they get a small raid. Like, if I raid with 5 people or something, and I don't know, I would just, I appreciate it. I've literally been raided before where the raid had 1 person, and I just think it's really sweet that somebody took time to go through a list and picked me to raid into, like, regardless of how many people there are. But I always, for some reason, even though I love it when it happens to me, I'm always worried it'll be a bother to someone else. But it's a very silly way of thinking. Okay, that's good. All right, so if I forget, somebody remind me at the end of this stream, and I'll raid into someone. Yeah. I just also, to be honest, most of the time I just forget. It's not that I don't want to that much. I honestly just forget because I have goldfish brain. I want to do an interactive choose your own adventure stream, like maybe one of those solo TTRPGs, but where you guys decide what happens maybe, or like chat plays the characters, you know, something like that. I think would be really, really fun. I also want to do a book club. I know we've talked about that briefly. It doesn't have to be like I choose a book and we all read the same book kind of book club, but I do want to have streams where we're just hanging out reading, you know, and then we can chat about what we're reading. I think that would be nice. I love reading. I also would like to collab with other streamers at some point. I've been doing my own thing for so long. I've been streaming for almost a year now and have not collabed or even like thought about collabing with another person, but there's some games and things that would just be so much easier or more fun with another person. And so while it's not a huge, how should I say this? It is not one of my foremost priorities, but it's something that I think would be cool to do at some point. That's why it's a long-term goal, like eventually. I'm not going out of my way, maybe. No, but you have to go out of your way. Social interaction is hard, and I know very few other people in the VTubing scene, so I don't know. This might be a hard one, but I would like to at some point. Okay, so that's the PowerPoint, and so now it's Q&A time, which funnily enough, on my Discord I have this like feedback section, and one of the first things that was requested a while back was like a Q&A, ask me anything kind of thing, and I was like, well, you know what? I'll do that when I debut. And so here it is. I don't know. Do we have questions? Are there questions? It could be anything. I'll answer them. Maybe I'll just pick some random questions off of a generator or something. I don't know what else to do. the person that wanted me to have a Q&A, I don't think is even here. No. Where are the questions? Questions? No questions? Great. I don't have to answer any questions, but then I can say that I did a Q&A. Oh, okay. Okay. I await the questions. Wonder if I can just find like deep questions in the meantime. Why bird? Okay. So one of my early streams, I was talking about. So at the time, my little pre-made VTuber model was just like a regular human, and I was like, it's if I want to, when I have my custom model, I really want to be like some kind of animal because, that's very in vogue with VTubers, but I just think it would be more fun than just being some dude, And so I asked chat, like, what animal you think would suit me the best. And the 3 things that came up were sloth, because I love sloths and I'm kind of lazy. Sloths are my favorite animal. 2 was panda for the same reason. They're kind of lazy and kind of silly. And then parrot because I like to yap. And I was like, you know what? That's cool. And I think sloths have been done, pandas have been done, but I don't. Is there another parrot VTuber? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a VTuber for everything, but it's probably a little less common. And so I thought that would be a fun thing. Also, parrots are beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. But I already knew that I wanted my color scheme to be blue, and so I looked up like, okay, what are the blue parrots? And so this one, I'll scroll back up to it. When this came up when I was searching for blue parrots, and I just fell in love with how beautiful it is, and the colors are just stunning, right? And so that's why I chose it. So the parrot came from a viewer. And the specific type of parrot was just like when I was searching, and I really liked this color scheme. Yeah, so that's why bird. What is the meaning of us living? I don't think there is any meaning. I consider myself to be an existential nihilist, so I believe there is no meaning in life. I believe that there is nothing after we die. When we die, we just become cosmic dust again. So there is no meaning, and life is just life. We are alive because of science, and every thought you've ever had is just an electrical something happening in your brain. It's my monitor. So I don't think there's any meaning to us living, but that's what makes it special. It's fleeting. This life is all you've got, and once you're gone, it's over. So. Oh, awesome. Yeah, these specific parakeets I think are native to India. But yeah, they are pretty. Yes, I've had a lot of time to think about these things. My parents were very strict about some things, but they were very liberal about religion and encouraged me to so my mom is Christian, my dad is like, I think my dad is also kind of an existential nihilist. I guess he's technically Buddhist. But they were like, hey, you should figure out what religion you want to be for yourself, Oh, you know what? I can get out of this PowerPoint stream now. Where's the... Let's do this. Since we're just chatting. Let me fix this really quick. There. Now we can chat a little more properly. Anyway, so they encouraged me to do whatever I wanted religion-wise, and so I experimented with religion a lot as I was growing up. I would go to church, I would try different things, ask a lot of questions, and then what I arrived at the end of all things was this thought of existential nihilism. I guess there's some aspects of Buddhism that appeal to me, but I think overall I don't believe in like a higher power or an afterlife or anything. Let's see. What is my favorite D&D class? Ooh, that's hard. I've played a lot of them. So my DM is amazing, and my group is generally very good about meeting almost weekly. Like, okay, so right now we haven't met in a couple of weeks because it's like holiday season, but typically we're really good at meeting. So my group has actually finished like 4-5 campaigns over the years. Like we finished them. So I've gotten to play as a bard, Paladin. I think my character right now is a cleric. I played a ranger one time. Ooh, you know, what is my favorite? Bard was really fun, but I think Paladin. No, that's a hard choice because it really depends on my mood, and the characters have all been so different. Oh, I played a fighter too. I was a fighter. I did a warlock. No. Was it a sorcerer? I can't remember. I did one of the magic classes at one point. I haven't played a druid because one of my friends is always a druid, so I didn't want to be another druid. Bard is really fun. Cleric. So I'm playing a cleric right now, and it's really fun. I'm playing this like little 3-foot owl. See, I like birds. I'm playing like a little 3-foot owl, and she's really shy and talks like this all the time. Hoot hoot. Ah, oh no. Maybe we shouldn't go that way. Like, that's that kind of character. It's very fun to play because she's very unlike me. Yeah, it's cute. It's fun. I try to play D&D characters, like really roleplay them, and I try hard to make them not like me. And so that's the one character. There's another one I played recently that was like she's a fighter, and she did this thing where she would use really big words without knowing what they meant and just say a bunch of things that didn't really make any sense. So anytime she saw something cool, she'd be like, "Oh, how wonderful, this is like a relic from a bygone age." That was her favorite phrase, even when it didn't make any sense. Like she would be talking to this nobleman and be like, "Ah, yes, your fashion sense is impeccable. You're simply a relic from a bygone age." And they'd just get really terribly insulted. It's like really fun character to play, just like stupid. Let's see. Ooh, that's all the questions, I think. Yeah, so I think cleric is fun. Bard has been really, but I played a bard the longest, so I really enjoy that character. I don't know if I would say that bard as a job class is my favorite, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. Kind of miss that character sometimes. My local game store is doing like a big D&D thing, like 50 players, where we all kind of randomly meet up once a week in these giant guild events, kind of a thing. We're trying to make it feel like D&D, so it's like we're just meeting up at the pub, kind of a feel, you know. So I'm thinking of bringing back that bard character because she was so fun. She? Is it a she? Maybe that character was a they. I can't remember. They were a lot of fun to play. Now that I think about it, I tend to make characters that are like birds a lot. So like I said, my current character is an owlin. I played a kenku before. That was really fun because that kenku grew up around pirates. So everything that I said. So if you don't know about kenku, they can only they can't speak for themselves. They can only basically parrot things that they've heard before. So it was a very interesting role playing a character with that like restriction where I couldn't say what I wanted to. It had to be something from my character's memory bank. And so she grew up with pirates, and so basically she would reply a lot in like pirate speak or through like sea shanties. It was really fun to play, but it was tough. I like birds, what can I say? And then my main character that I played for a long time, the bard, was a tiefling, which was fun too. Yes, I do love D&D. I love TTRPGs in general. Like I've actually, in the last 2 or 3 years, I feel like I've played more TTRPGs like that are not D&D, but D&D is, you know, what got me into it for sure. And so, yes, I love D&D. I've been very, very fortunate in that the friends that I've had as DMs have been really good. At my day job, when the library is not under construction, I also run the D&D club at school, and so I DM as well. And it's fun. I really enjoy D&D and the storytelling. Sorcerer is fun too. Warlock seems really interesting too. I think. Yeah. I played a warlock recently, and their patron was Cthulhu, but she didn't realize it, so she thought that her patron was Santa, and she'd be like, "Santa is so nice and gives me presents," and I would describe Santa, and my party members would be like, pretty sure that's Cthulhu. She's like, no, this is Santa, Squid Santa. This is funny. Oh yeah, I like characters where their job class is like not what you would expect with their character, or like you have a paladin that's actually like a terrible person, or stuff like that, like just unexpected. So a cleric with a deep dark secret I think would be really fun. When I played a paladin, my paladin was like they took an oath not to kill anyone, so that was also interesting. But basically the way we got around that was I would just beat people within an inch of their life, and then one of my party members would kill them, and then it's all good. All good. Yeah, I've played a lot of different characters. It's fun. Let's see. I think that's all the questions. Oh, a spellcaster range. I have never multi-classed. I guess the thing is that we finished campaigns. I think the highest level I've ever played is like level 8 or level 9. So I've never really gotten to the point where I wanted or was able to multi-class very well. I think that would be fun though. Getting to a high level and being able to like combine things. That'd be neat. I love this model. I just keep looking at myself. I'm so happy. It was so hard because this model has been done for a few weeks. And it was really tough having to wait until debut. I think I've only played, well, so I had when I played Artificer one time, and my friend like sort of we kind of mixed in some homebrew stuff into the Artificer class, but I think we've only ever done like official job classes. No, we actually very little official content. My friend makes up the stories and stuff, but yeah, I think as far as job classes and stuff like that, we've only played the official content. Oh, that's true. Yeah. I forget about all that. I guess I tend to play my character job classes pretty officially, but it should be a little more creative. It might be more fun. But yeah, so I'm a cleric right now. I think this campaign is still very we're not finishing it up anytime soon. So I'm gonna be this little owl cleric for a while, I think. I've been thinking about Astro Prisma a lot recently for some reason. So I'm really behind on like posting my VODs to YouTube. I'm literally posting stuff from October right now. But my Astro Prisma video, the first one, has like 500 views for some reason. I guess people trying to learn more about Astro Prisma, that video just keeps coming up because the other ones don't have nearly as many views, but the first one does, and so yes. I really want to go back to playing Hope Isle because I've had weirdly, again, that comes up on YouTube. People are commenting like, are you gonna do more of that? Thank you for following. And so yes, I do want to play more. I think that, okay, so something that I have learned from doing streaming TTRPGs is I was spending too much, I had too much downtime where I was like typing up a log of what I was doing, and so I feel like the gameplay didn't flow as well because I had to keep stopping and writing and stopping and writing. So I think that from now on what I want to do is when I roll and stuff happens, I'm just gonna narrate it, and then I'll come back later to like after the stream I'll type it all up or something, because I think when I pause during the stream to like write stuff down, it makes the flow feel really clunky. Nope. I don't think I've ever gotten fan art. Well, to be fair, I didn't have a model really until now. Nope, I don't have any real rules for fan arts. I don't have very strong rules for things in general. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. It's pretty much like the only things that you're gonna get in trouble with me for. Otherwise, like, Like I've said, backseating, don't care. Actually, I encourage it. Spoilers. See, so I don't mind spoilers. I look up spoilers for things. I don't like to go into stuff. Okay, sometimes I don't look up spoilers for everything. Sometimes I do enjoy going into a book or going into a game without knowing, but a lot of times I do like it helps with my anxiety if I kind of know what to expect and can mentally prepare myself. So I don't mind if people talk about spoilers in the chat, but I know that maybe other viewers might not feel the same way if you spoil things, but I personally don't care. So I don't have, the only rules I really have are don't be mean, don't be weird. I'm searching for my husband, okay? I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get with you, sorry. And yeah, so I don't have any fan art rules. Never gotten fan art. That would be something. But I'm very good with my boundaries online. I think I try hard to like protect myself. So if people are being rude, I will ban them and not deal with it, you know. I think when I first started streaming, it was a little harder for me to put my foot down, but I had like 1 or 2 really weird experiences, and usually if somebody gives me a bad feeling and I let it go, it always turns out later that I should have just trusted in my instincts, because if they're weird at the beginning, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse in most cases. So, yeah, aside from that, ooh, look at how far I can turn. Aside from that, no. So, don't have any fan art rules. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I've been having a wonderful debut. We're doing like a chatting Q&A session now. Thanks so much for coming in, stopping by. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I might change my mind in the future, but for right now, like, I think as long as you're not mean and you're not weird, I'm good with whatever. Like, I've had, I guess they don't really come by anymore, but I've had viewers, like, playfully bully me or whatever, be like, oh my god, you're so bad at this, oh my god, why does your voice sound like that, or whatever, and I don't care. I teach 13-year-olds for a living. There is no roast you could say to me that is any worse than what a child has said to me, I promise. So I think I have a pretty thick skin for those things. Just don't be weird. Like, I think weird is worse than rude. Yeah, one time I had a kid ask me, like, oh, what are you doing after school today? And I said, oh, I have a date. I wasn't married at the time. I was like, oh, I have a date after school. Oh, what are you gonna wear on your date? It's like, oh, well, I was just gonna wear this, you know, because I was wearing like a cute skirt, you know, it's just my work clothes. And she's like, you're going to go on a date with the clothes you wore to work? That's a choice. Like, oh, all right. Yeah, kids they have no filter. They'll say all sorts of stuff. I've had a child be like, Miss, my mom is your age and she's got 5 kids. What are you doing with your life? oh, okay. You know, so like I said, I have not, anyway, like I said, I have a pretty thick skin for things, so if I'm uncomfortable with something, I will let you know. But until then, I don't have super strong rules, I would say. Just don't be weird. Yeah, really? Yeah, I'm telling you. Kids, they have no filter. They'll just say whatever. Like, I had kids insult my makeup, insult my clothes, insult my shoes, insult my, I don't know, my everything. They'll be like, you're not funny. Like, oh, I wasn't trying to be funny. I wasn't trying to be funny anyway. Joke's on you. I don't care if I'm funny. Why don't you think I'm funny? 13-year-olds don't think anything is funny, except... The thing is that Gen Alpha humor doesn't make sense to me, you know, like, they'll show me a meme and I just stare at it. I'm like, so what yeah, well, yeah, they're not trying to be rude. But yeah, their sense of humor makes no sense. One thing that these kids kept doing is, there was like this meme that was like, it was like a picture of the Grinch, but they had color changed the Grinch to be blue. And then the caption, the text says, that feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow, with that blue Grinch. And they thought this was so funny, and they kept repeating it over and over and over, like, Miss, do you know that feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow? And then just bust out laughing before I even reply. And I'm like, what? Why is that funny? What does that mean? No, why knee surgery? What is the feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow? I don't know. What? Really? I don't understand. I don't get it. And they're just like, oh, you don't get it because you're old. I'm like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, got nothing to say to that. That's true. Yeah, the Gen Alpha, which they hate being called Gen Alpha, the kids I teach now. They're like, no, we're Gen Z. We're not Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha is whatever. I'm like, okay. You guys are Gen Alpha to me. Yeah, they don't understand. I'm old. I don't say stuff. I try. I think because I teach children, I would say that I have more knowledge of these memes and things than the average person. Like, I'll say stuff all the time and friends are like, what does that mean? Like, what? You haven't heard this? You don't know what it means to be Sigma? I cringe a little every time I say it. I just feel like somebody of my age shouldn't be saying such things. It doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm trying to be cool when I'm not cool. Yeah, well now I just told you one. You can start saying it to people, like, you know that feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow? Let me find it, actually. Let me find that meme, because I feel like you won't believe me. It's really a thing. That feeling. So if you type into Google that feeling, it will autocomplete when knee surgery is tomorrow. Like, it's oh my god. Forbes has a thing explaining it. It's an absurdist joke. Yeah, no, I know it's a joke. I just don't understand what's funny about it. Okay, let me find it here. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna... There. Here's the meme. That feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow. It does, right? I'm telling you. What is this? Why is it funny? What does it mean? I don't understand. Explain! Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I didn't say I could explain the meme. Yeah. Go for it. I still don't know what it means, but I'll feel like it makes you feel like you're younger. I'll be like, that sure is a 14-year-old. It's an absurdist joke, just the Grinch gleefully anticipating a dreaded surgical procedure. It's silly, nonsensical, and surreal. Okay, I guess. I guess that's the thing with Gen Alpha humor, is it's very surrealist, which is, it's cool and all, but I just don't understand it. I need a punchline. I need something, you know, I don't get it. But yeah, hey, now you all know that. You can start incorporating this into your daily lexicon. That feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow. Actually, the more I think about it, the funnier it is. But only because I'm thinking of people using it in day-to-day life. No, thank you for following. Let's see. You know, actually, this is my first time doing a just chatting stream, technically speaking. I'm not playing anything, I'm not doing anything, we're just vibing. Wonder if I should move to the other side of the screen because I'm so close to the chat. But then I don't want to stand in front of the lantern. Oh, here, now I'm centered. Oh my god, that just like a parrot, I'm squawking with joy. No, I just don't want to cover up chat or have chat cover up me, you know? And then I saw all this negative space on the left side of my screen and I felt weird about it. Like, there's nothing going on over here on the left side, you know? Mwah, 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 mwah. There. See, it's not that I want to stay away. I just don't like the negative space. Thank you. Yeah, I got this one. This is a pre-made background I think I got on Etsy that I've been using for a while now. I really like it. I thought about getting custom backgrounds and stuff, but I'm just like, but why? I don't need to. This is beautiful. I like it and it works. And it's that whole like, I'm in this magical world kind of thing, you know? So yes, think eventually it'd be nice to get I thought also about getting one of those custom chatting screens, but then I realized that I really don't do these kind of just chatting streams very often. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the color scheme fits really well, huh? I love all the butterflies, and I added these, I don't know, so this might be, it's new for people that have been watching me for a while, but I didn't used to have transitions, but now I have, look, I have these butterfly transitions. Not that one either. There. The butterflies. It's so cute. Yeah, it's very fancy. I don't know if you noticed it. And then there's this other one that comes up. Actually, you're gonna see this. It's fine. I'll just show it to you. It's something I've been working on. Here's the library. This is really, oh no, this isn't the library. Where's the library? Here's the library. So originally, when I was working on my debut, I was going to do, instead of like making a visual novel, I was going to do something that looked like a visual novel, like simulating one on the screen. So this is something that I tried. It didn't end up sticking. I decided to just code the visual novel and record it, and then record my voiceover, and that ended up being a lot easier. But this is one of the screens that I made while I was experimenting with it. Doesn't it seem, ooh, it's so fancy, like, ooh, spooky. Yeah, look at the lorem ipsum text. There is a lot, and which is partly why I decided to scrap that and just go with my idea of doing the visual novel lore video. I really like how it turned out in the end. Sorry you had to deal with all of my silly voice acting. I am not good at voicing different characters. Yeah, that was a lot. That's why I got rid of it. But then I felt like I wanted to keep the scene, just to keep like I like some of the effects that I did, so I am holding on to it for like future ideas. But yeah, I'm not gonna use that background. That was a lot going on. It was very bright, so yeah, I don't think it's good for like everyday use for sure. But I have this one. I have a couple of other backgrounds and screens that I use for different things. But this is my kind of just chatting one. This is the one that I go to when like we load into this stream and I'm just chatting for a moment while the game loads, but this is fun. We should do these just chatting streams a little more often. I don't mind it. I was a little worried, like, what if I don't have enough to talk about? What if nobody wants to talk to me, you know? But I think it worked out pretty well. Turns out I do have a lot to say. Are there other questions? Does anyone have any silly doesn't have to be a serious question. I'm happy to answer silly questions, personal questions. Do you prefer fish or beef kind of questions? Now's your chance, because I don't know when I'll do this again. I guess technically speaking, on normal streams you could just ask me a question too, but I have a very wide range of stuff. Ooh, what a fun question for your first time chatting. That's great. How did I choose my eye colors? Oh, so the eye colors are actually from the parrot colors. The rings on the parrot, that's like the green and the yellow. Plus I thought it would be fun to be hetero, right? Is that heterochromatic? So yeah. How cool do I think tax evasion is? The thing is, I feel like most people do tax evasion on some level, because it's just, especially the US tax codes are ridiculous. They are made to be purposefully confusing so that they have lots of loopholes so that rich people can get out of paying taxes. So I think that whether you mean to or not, you're always going to end up committing a little bit of tax evasion. I don't think it's cool per se, because rich people get out of paying taxes even though the rest of us have to pay so little. Like, so for example, as a teacher, I only get to deduct $250 for classroom supplies a year. The thing is, I probably spend closer to $800, maybe $1,000 every year on teaching, from like worksheets to supplies
to subscriptions, because of course ed tech costs money nowadays too. So but I only get to deduct $250. Meanwhile, Elon Musk basically pays like nothing in taxes, probably, because there's all those loopholes, and the loopholes don't help me, they helps them, which is sad. So no, I don't think tax evasion is super cool, unfortunately, unless it's being committed by Turnip Boy. Do I like raisins? They're all right. I don't like them by themselves. I don't mind when they're mixed into things like cinnamon raisin bagels and stuff. I can't really eat raisins anymore because they have too much sugar in them, but I am not opposed to raisins as a concept, shall we say. You can ask me to explain things. It took me 10 years to get my bachelor's degree because I kept changing majors. So I majored in biochemistry, and then I switched to, what did I switch to? Oh, geology. I went from biochemistry to geology to literature, and then finished with a psychology degree. So I've studied a lot of things. Yes, I am type 2 diabetic, so I can't have too much sugar or carbs. I have to be really careful. I actually have a glucose monitor stuck in my arm. Actually, this one just expired, so in a moment I will have no glucose monitor in my arm. But yes, I can't really have raisins. I don't eat, well, I'll have tart fruits, so like berries and stuff, but I have to be really careful with sugar. So yeah. Which is funny that I have diabetes because I never really liked sweets that much. Like, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is so funny that you would ask me. This is such a good question. I love this question. I can answer this question actually because, so Pythagoras, as you know, came up with the Pythagorean theorem. Well, actually, that's hotly debated. I think Hippasus actually came up with the Pythagorean theorem, and then Pythagoras took credit for it. Yes, I can actually explain. So Pythagoras, the Pythagoreans did not believe in irrational numbers. So they believe that all numbers are rational or are somehow like related to rational numbers, right? And so any number that doesn't seem rational is still secretly rational. So Hypasus came up with this proof where he proved the existence of the square root of 2. And basically the square root of 2 is an irrational number. And so by proving the existence of the square root of 2, he basically like threw into question everything that the Pythagoreans believed in. And Hypasus was a Pythagorean at the time, so he was like a student, I guess, of Pythagoras. Anyway, so the Pythagoreans did not like that he had disproved their whole life concept, and so they had him thrown overboard a ship and he drowned. But due to the fact that he discovered the square root of 2, because if you think about, the square root of 2 is basically the diagonal. So if you take a unit square, the square root of 2 is the square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared. So the proof of the square root of 2 is actually the Pythagorean theorem in action. And so I believe, and I think it's kind of a hotly debated thing, that Hypasus is actually the one that, I actually don't know if that's how you say his name, but they think that he's the one that actually came up with the Pythagorean theorem, because you need the Pythagorean theorem to prove the square root of 2 exists. And so yeah, so that's why they had him killed, because the square root of 2 is an irrational number, and they didn't like that he disproved it. I love that you asked that question. Yes, I could answer. It's something I taught in school about Pythagoras and the Pythagorean theorem, because I always tried to make it interesting for the students. And so Pythagoras and the Pythagoreans had a lot of very interesting quirks, like how they basically lived in a cave. Pythagoras was deeply afraid of beans, or he deeply disliked and was afraid of beans. There's a lot of really funny things. But one of the things that I would tell them about was this whole story about Hypasus and how Pythagoras had him drowned. So yes, I know, I could explain. Promise, I didn't even look it up. I just spoke from the heart because I know this. Love that question. So great. But yes, that is the theoretical reason. Of course, we don't know. It's been thousands and thousands of years, so who knows if that's the reason, but it makes sense.
But yeah, so we really should be calling it the Hypasian theorem because I believe that he's the one that actually did it. Thank you! We're not allowed to pick things up from the ground, true or false. I don't know, but knowing how weird they were, I would not be surprised if it was true. They had some very interesting, like, superstitious beliefs. So that one I don't actually know off the top of my head, but I would guess true if I was a guesser. Thank you so much. I love this model. The optimal percentage of 235 uranium in a standard nuclear reactor. Oh no, that's chemistry. So I cannot tell. What is... I'm gonna guess it's a low percentage. So if I had to hazard a guess, I would say something like 7%? 8%? Maybe it's less. Maybe I'm like overshooting it. Maybe it's something like 0.4% or something. So unfortunately, I don't know. Chemistry and physics specifically are not my strong points. I had to take chemistry twice because I failed the first time when I got to college. To be fair, it's not that no, did I fail? I think I got a C. I did not fail. I got a C. No, I don't know what that is. Zeno's paradox. Is that math? It doesn't sound familiar. Ooh, which was close? Was it the 0.4% or the 7%? I feel like it's a much lower than I was expecting. So it probably is something like 0.4%. Oh, okay. All right. So my first guess was closer then. That's funny. Yeah, I imagine that you don't want to have too much. I don't, like I said, chemistry. Is this chemistry? Is this chemistry? Is this physics? Oh, I've never heard of that. That's interesting. Paradoxes hurt my brain. Okay, nuclear engineering, I see. So physics. Gross. Yeah, I hate physics. Physics is the reason I stopped being a biochem major because I had to take I took physics when I was in high school. I took like an AP physics class, I think. But then when I got to college, I had to take like real physics, and it was I had a pretty bad time. I don't know why, because I'm good at math. I love math, and physics is just math with more letters, but something about physics just really oh, you know what? It's all the diagrams you have to draw. I'm really bad with spatial thinking and like oh wait, I just realized that there's no desktop audio. I probably turned off when I switched screens earlier, so you've just been hearing me talk over nothing. Oopsies. Anyways, yeah, so physics was I think it's all the diagrams and having to think about directions, like, oh, if an ice cube glides across a frictionless surface, 50 degrees to the northeast, then how many newtons or whatever, like that's no, I can't do it. It's funny because the students that I teach, they have to take my class, and they also take physics, and they every time they're like, we're done with class, and they'll be like, can you help me with physics? I'm like, you do not want my help on physics. You do not. I can't do it. Oh, you're finishing your PhD. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Nuclear engineering. That's so cool. Yeah, my father-in-law is like a researcher. He has his PhD in some kind of like particle physics. I don't understand it. Recently he shared in the family group chat like, oh, here's this like research thingy that I published, and just reading the abstract made my brain kind of implode. So 1,000% respect to you. Holy crap. Cause could not be me. I like math. I've gone all the way up to linear. Actually, didn't finish taking linear algebra. No, don't. No, you can ask me. I'll teach you math. Ask me math questions. I can probably up through calculus. I can do. Like, I'm confident in my ability to explain anything up to calculus. no, including. Up to and including. So I guess I shouldn't say up to. I always talked about that as a joke. Like, what if I just do a math stream? Like, you can ask me math questions. But then I was like, what if children just ask me to do their homework for them? That would be too much. Ooh. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds cool. Oh gosh. Yeah, nope. I imagine that they do. You know what though? I think that this is such an important area of study, especially with the way the world is going, because I think in the fairly near future we won't be able to rely on fossil fuels anymore. And so I think knowing these things and having people research and know more about these things is so important. So even though I do not understand what it is that you are studying, I think it's really awesome that you're studying it. Like, I hope you get that PhD. That's awesome. I really enjoyed biology when I was in school. That's fun. Like, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and all that stuff, which I know we all memorize that phrase, and then I don't really remember what the heck that means. My best friend is a science teacher, and she'll just randomly quiz me sometimes, like, oh, do you know what moon phase that is? Or, oh, you know what, but what does it mean that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? I'm like, I don't know. Ooh. What? They have tiny wasps? Ooh. You know what? Just seeing the word wasps made me, like, shiver. Wasps. Scary. Yeah, part of me is like, you know, on a practical level, I know that wasps are, like, required for the ecosystem, but... Oh. Oh. I did not know that. Yeah. I guess you can't really say that gravity is mathematical, so you have to say the acceleration of gravity. I see what you're saying. Most wasps are tiny. I did not know that. I learned something new. There is... Hang on. Just realized. Ow. Let's hit my phone. Hang on, there is. Trying to get it to like... No, never mind, it's fine. Ants are basically... What? What? Wait. Really? Wait. But what? That can't be right. What? You can't say that. You can't be like, this bug is like this other bug, except for like in every way conceivable. Like they don't have wings, they're social. Wait, are wasps not social? I guess not, right? Because don't wasps live like alone? You know, I still eat them, but I always think about it sometimes that, you know how like figs isn't there that thing about how like figs while they're growing or whatever will draw wasps into them and then like slowly break them down, and so like when you eat a fig you could be eating like a digested wasp. What's up with that? Imagine getting eaten by a fruit. Oh, they're necessary. Okay, I see. Flightless wasps. The cow killers. Wait, how does it... So is it just... If it's a flightless wasp, is it really just like a giant ant? It just crawls around and then bites things? That gives you the heebie-jeebies. Ugh. Yeah. I know wasps are necessary. They're pollinators and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. Because if they're grown commercially, then they have alternatives. I'm sure the people working in there do not want wasps just flying around. Like, eating the stuff. Oh, every time I cover my face a little bit, the idle animation comes on. Here's my idle animation, so if I step away, I now look like I'm sleeping. Isn't that so cute? So now whenever I say be right back, I'll actually be, like, asleep. It's cute. I just covered my face for a second to push my glasses up. Overly aggressive giant ants of doom. Man, I did not know that there were flightless wasps. I feel like maybe my life was a little bit better before I had this information, but now I have it. So, velvet. Okay, what? I need to... Oh, what? Okay, hang on a moment. Look at that. What? I'm so sorry to anybody watching this stream if you don't like bugs. So sorry. This is the tangent that we went off to. What? Go away. Go away. What? Huh. That's cool. They are neat looking. I just realized. Wouldn't recommend as a pet. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, there's that one, praying mantises, I think, are really pretty. I wouldn't necessarily want one as like a pet either, but like, look at this. Look at that. Like, how is this real? It's so pretty. I love praying mantises. Oh, praying mantises are aggressive. But yeah, I mean, that's literally in their name, right? Well, no, I guess the praying is like prayers, but the cow killers. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What is that? That's cool. This looks like AI. This is AI. Gosh darn it. Hey, Google, why are you showing me AI? You know, I think I have read something about that before, so don't worry. No, I mean, I think wasps are very cool, and I think they are very necessary. I just don't want them near me, you know? And I think that's fair. I think that's pretty fair. As a life form, yes. Like, I don't necessarily think that they all need to be wiped off the face of the earth. I don't go out of my way. I actually prefer not to kill bugs. I generally do not kill them unless, like, if I get shocked or something and it's on my arm, yeah, I'll kill it. Yeah, I'll kill it if it's a mosquito. But like spiders and other bugs that enter my space, I try my best to like scoop them up in a cup and put them outside. Like, they have just as much of a right to live as I do, you know? I just don't, you know, so wasps are the same. I think they're really cool. They're fascinating. They're terrifying. I don't want them near me. That's all. But I will defend their right to exist and to live. Just live a little further away from me, please. Oh. Well, that's good to know. The ones that are near me don't seem to be stingless. 95% of capybaras are chill, degenerate psychos. But capybaras, yeah, I guess, I could believe it. Like, hippos look really cute, but apparently, aren't hippos really aggressive too? Like a hippo can very easily kill you. They look so cute. So that's what I think when I see like all the memes about Modang and stuff. Like, oh yeah, very cute. Will grow up to kill you probably. The animal kingdom is so cool. There's so many different types of animals and bugs that have, I mean, it just makes you appreciate that we've been on this earth for so long and there's so many different things. What? They kill more people than lions. Well, that makes, okay, you know what though? I think that makes sense because if you think about it, hippos live in areas with more people, whereas lions don't in general, right? There's not that many people that live out where lions are. Whereas hippos, they live in the rivers. They're around. There's a lot of them. So like in Asia and stuff, they're just out there where the people are. So I think it's like a proximity thing more than like, oh, that hippos are more deadly than lions. I think it's just that there are more people that live near hippos than there are people that live near lions, I guess. Maybe. I'm saying this with a lot of confidence. I have no idea. Death in a river. 3,000. Oh my god. That is a lot. Is that more or less than sharks? Actually, I'm gonna look it up. Sharks. How many people are killed? Actually, when you search up how many people are killed by sharks is the next thing. Worldwide, only 5 to 10 people are killed by sharks each year. Wait, that's the AI overview. Annually, in recent years, there's been an average of 70 unprovoked shark attacks, leading to 5 to 6 deaths per year. In 2022, there were 57 attacks. So yeah, generally in a year, only 5 to 10. So hippos kill more people than sharks. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like why are hippos like that? Why do hippos have the crazy teeth? And like why do they need to hang on me? Like look at them. Like what was the purpose? What was the purpose for this? Why do they have to look like that? Like who? Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. Look at it. Like, what? You're right. Yeah, because hippos are herbivores. There's no reason for them to kill people. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, but look, Modang is so cute. Modang. Oh, Modang. Look. Look at her. Look at her. So cute. She cute. She attack. Yeah, that's terrifying. And they're actually pretty big, right? Like, they're bigger than you would expect, because this picture makes it look like, you know... Because even the pygmy hippo, it's supposed to be small, but, like, I think they're relatively large, right? Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah. I believe it. Eesh. What the? Why is that the second thing that comes up for hippos? That's messed up. Okay. Oh yeah, no, I believe it. They're huge. Large canine tusks. Next, they're the largest land animal after elephants and rhinoceroses. And their closest living relatives are actually cetaceans, so whales and stuff. That's terrifying. Oh my gosh, there's this picture of this hippopotamus skull. Look at the teeth on that thing. Like, why? 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 12-second meme from hippo. Oh, I think I've seen that before. I have seen that one. Ugh, yeah, they're. I wonder if there's somebody out there that's a hippo VTuber. I'm gonna look it up now. Hippo VTuber. There is. There's a hippo VTuber. A healing hippo VTuber. That's funny. Yumesaki Hippopo. Oh, that's cute. Now I'm curious to see if there's other parrot VTubers. I think I googled it before and I don't remember if it came up. There's one. There's a Dutch female VTuber named Mango who is a lovebird. Oh, cute. Yeah, they're all rainbowy. Very cute. Oh yes, there is. They're in the whatchamacallit? They're in the wow, where the Spelljammer setting. They're fun. They're all opportunistic omnivores. Yeah, you know, I could see that because a lot of herbivores are not above eating like little bugs and things like chickens, you know, and stuff. But I wonder if are there no animal or creatures that can only digest plants, maybe? I don't know. Oh yeah, because I think koalas literally can only eat eucalyptus, right? Like I think they actually cannot eat anything else. I think it's the same with pandas and bamboo. Like I think that they have evolved to where they literally cannot eat other things. Oh, I don't know. Let's look it up. Koalas are gross. I used to think koalas were cute, and then I saw koalas at the zoo in Australia and learned more about them, and koalas are actually quite disgusting. They're quite terrible. Very cute, but very terrible. Hang on, koala. Let's see. Food. Koalas. Koalas are herbivorous, and while most of their diet they can be found in other trees, they prefer plant matter with higher protein. Eucalyptus. Oh, okay, so eucalyptus makes up more than 20%. Ah, okay. Yep, I see. Oh, yay! Congrats. Wait, do the beavers actually eat the wood? I thought they just gathered the wood. Hey, beavers. Okay, thanks for coming by and sharing your knowledge. That was super fun. Thank you, thank you. Happy debut. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, koalas are... What is that? Oh, its fur is just a little matted. They are so cute. Why are they so gross? Let's see, beavers. No. Don't know how we went down this rabbit hole. Do beavers actually eat the wood? I thought they just chewed through it to use it to make stuff. I didn't know they actually ate it. Oh my gosh, this page is so long. Isn't there some Disney movie coming out soon about beavers? Oh, I missed it. What do they eat? Adult beaver. Okay. Missed it. Infrastructure, ecology. Oh. Herbivorous, and generalist diet. Oh, leaves, roots, herbs, ferns, grasses, cattails. They eat more bark. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Beavers more frequently select species which are more easily digested, while others suggest beavers principally forage based on stem size. Huh. I see. That's cool. Beavers only live for 10 years. Beaver fever. Oh, that's kind of sad. They're kind of cute. Look at it. It is kind of cute. The beaver. Look at its little snoot. Hello. Hello. Let's see. And we went down this whole rabbit hole of animals. It's Monday. Most readers don't donate. Yes. So sorry, Wikipedia. Are beavers people friendly? Look at it go. That's cute. How does this look like a family portrait that somebody painted? That's cute. The beavers. The beaver family. It's cute. Do. Let's see. Okay. Well, I think that might be a good stopping point. It's almost 10 p.m. I know this was like a shorter stream than usual, but I had a lot to prepare, and since I'll be posting this, I think it'd be nice not to make it too long. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and coming to see me. I did have a minor fear in the back of my head that, like, what if nobody shows up for my debut? That would be so sad. But I'm so glad that you did, and enjoyed the funny little intro that I made. It was fun. I'm very much in my element making visual novels, so it was nice getting to just kind of go back to it and put the backgrounds and everything together, so it was super neat. I'm gonna post the VOD to YouTube shortly after this stream, so if you missed the beginning, you can go back and watch it, because it's some of my best voice acting work, you know. So thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to be able to use this model. I love it so much. It feels so me, and I'm so happy with it, and so glad that you were all here to share this moment with me. Thank you so much for being here. I may stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, because I'm having like a productivity day with a friend, and so if I get back early enough and we're not out all day, I might stream in the evening, but I'm not sure. And then on New Year's Eve, I actually can't. My parents are coming over for dinner, so I'll be busy, but then I should be able to stream on Thursday, I think. So yeah, I will be streaming at least one other time this week, and then probably one other time on the weekend. So hopefully catch you in one of those streams, and if not, I will see you when I see you. Thank you so much for coming. This is Himeutsugi signing off. Bye!